Imagine for a moment building a fully functional iPhone app,
Hmm.
but not in months, not with tons of code. What if you could do it in, say, 15 minutes with zero coding, and then, sell that app for hundreds of dollars to a client?
Sounds kind of wild, doesn't it?
Hmm.
But today, that's exactly what we're diving into, how that's actually possible now.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're digging into this really fascinating guide. It's almost like a blueprint, really, about building a real business using these no-code AI tools.
Yeah, we're going to look at these hidden opportunities in local businesses, the ones most people kind of overlook. We'll show you the AI tool that honestly changes everything. And we even have the exact script, the words to use to sell what you build. It's going to be a pretty mind-bending look at what you can genuinely do right now.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. Forever, app development felt huge, like climbing a mountain. You needed serious coding chops, maybe a computer science degree, or, just loads of cash for a startup.
Exactly. That was the reality. But this source material we're looking at, it paints a really different picture. It's a reality check. It's not some get-rich-quick thing, no overnight millions. But it is a real shift. Things that used to cost maybe tens of thousands took months for a whole team. Now, one person can basically do it quickly for almost nothing. The tools have they've transformed everything.
So what does this shift really mean for someone just starting out, beyond just making it technically easier?
It lowers the barrier
Yeah.
massively. It lets almost anyone with specific knowledge build real business
The
solutions.
democratizing force. Yeah, that's powerful. Now, this next part, I found this really interesting, especially with everyone chasing, crypto or drop shipping or whatever. The guide points to this, huge overlooked market right under our noses.
Yeah.
Local businesses, still stuck doing things manually, paper forms, clipboards.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Picture this. A property manager. They've got a clipboard, right? Juggling keys, scribbling notes that are hard to read later. They spend hours typing up reports from those notes. It's inefficient. Now, this app we're talking about, it's a custom mobile solution, digitizes everything. She would gladly pay hundreds, maybe even thousands, for something that saves that much time and makes her look more professional to her clients, too. And the best part, you can find dozens of businesses like that with just a quick search on Google Maps. Seriously.
So the core problem they're facing, it really boils down to what? Just inefficiency.
Yeah, sheer inefficiency, losing valuable time, hours every week to just outdated processes.
That's their Achilles heel.
Right.
Okay, so the heart of this new reality, this ability to build so fast, is this AI platform. It's called Rork. So what is Rork exactly? How does it actually let you build these, professional apps without touching code?
Okay, so Rork is basically this web tool. You use it in your browser, and you just describe the app you want in plain English, like you're talking to a designer, explaining your idea. The AI figures out what you mean. It might ask some clarifying questions like, do you need users to log in? Or what kind of data should the screen show? And then, boom, in minutes, it builds a working version of the app. You can test it right away on your phone. And this isn't like a toy prototype. It's meant for building real production-ready software.
Huh. What's the secret sauce there? How does it know how to build a functional app from just English? What's the key advantage?
It's the AI's ability to translate that plain language, your description, into actual functional app structure. Code, databases, UI components. It handles that translation. Beat. Whoa, imagine scaling that to like 1 billion queries.
Just translating intention into function. Fascinating. The source material zeroes in on property inspections. Says it's a perfect example. Every property management company needs to do them. Their current ways are often, painful, manual, and there's a really clear ROI, a return on investment, just in the time saved. The guide even gives the exact prompt they used.
Right. And the prompt, it's basically like a brief you'd give a UI UX designer. UI UX, that just means user interface and user experience, how the app looks, how it feels to use. So the prompt asks for stuff like make it mobile first, clean design, let users do digital inspections, capture photos, take notes, allow customizing inspection templates, flagging issues, and getting instant PDF reports. No code mentioned at all, just a really clear description of the outcome, what the app needs to do.
So the guide really highlights that the prompt's power isn't just what it asks for, but how it asks. Just plain English, no technical jargon. That's pretty unique, isn't it?
Absolutely. It totally shifts the focus. It's not about syntax like code is. It's about intent. Anyone can explain what they want the app to do.
Right. Intent over syntax.
Okay.
Okay. So a basic app is, it's great. But to make it really sticky, indispensable,
Mm.
something client really relies on, you need more advanced features, the guide says you just keep talking to the AI.
Yeah, pretty much. You just continue the conversation. So say you need offline functionality, right? So the app works even without internet. You just tell the AI, hey, I need this app to store data locally and sync later. You prompt for local storage and caching, need customizable templates. You ask for like a room-by-room format, maybe condition ratings excellent, good, poor, want it to flag issues clearly. You specify markup tools for photos, like drawing circles or arrows, professional reports. Ask for instant PDFs that pull in all the details, photos, notes, signatures. And you test each new thing right away using this helper app called Expo Go. It lets you run the app on your actual phone as you build it. I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes. It's when you're having a long chat with the AI and it kind of starts forgetting earlier instructions or goes off track. So this ability to just keep talking, refining, testing immediately is really key.
So does that back and forth ever cause problems? Like, does the AI get confused with really complex requests piling up?
It can, yeah. Sometimes you need to rephrase or break it down, but because it's iterative, you test, you see the result, you tweak the prompt. It allows for that constant refinement.
Ah, okay.
No?
That makes sense. Constant feedback loop. Now, for a proper business tool, something handling real data, you absolutely need a secure backend. For storing information, managing users, the engine room, basically. This is where something called Supabase comes in. For someone totally new to this, what does that actually mean?
Right, so a back end is all the stuff that runs on a server, behind the scenes. It handles data storage, user logins, security rules, all that invisible but crucial stuff. Supabase is a service that basically does all that heavy lifting for you. It manages the complex infrastructure. And the cool thing is, you connect Rork to Supabase with literally one click. Then, you just tell the Rork AI what you need the backend to do. Things like, I need user sign up and login, save inspection data securely, store photos and signatures, different user roles like admin and inspector. And the AI then configures Supabase, sets up the database tables, the permissions, the security rules, all based on your English description. The result, you get an enterprise-grade app, secure and scalable, without writing a single line of server code yourself. It's kind of nuts.
So that one-click integration, what's the real implication for a non-coder? What does it unlock?
It's incredible power, honestly. Complex back-end functionality made accessible without needing years and specialized coding skills. It removes a huge traditional barrier.
Truly amazing stuff. Okay, the moment of truth arrives. Before you even think about showing this to a potential client, you have to test the whole thing, end to end, yourself.
Oh, absolutely critical. Yeah. You grab your phone, scan the QR code that Rork gives you, that opens the app in the Expo Go testing tool, and then you just run through the entire process, exactly like a real user would. So log in, start a new inspection, fill out the details, go room by room, maybe, flag an issue, take a photo, maybe draw on it, capture a digital signature, generate the final report, export it as a PDF. Everything has to work smoothly, perfectly, like clockwork, no glitches.
What happens if you skip this step or don't test thoroughly enough? What are the risks or common things people miss?
Big risk is undermining trust. If you demo something buggy or incomplete, the client loses confidence immediately. It makes the app and you look unreliable.
Yeah, first impressions are everything. Critical.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you've built it, you've tested it. To make it a real business, clients actually need the app on their phones, right? Rork apparently simplifies getting it onto test flight. That's Apple's thing for beta testing apps.
Yeah.
Just click a button, publish to App Store, put in your Apple developer details, which, costs about $99 a year.
And then comes the fun part, right? Finding those first clients. The strategy in the guide is refreshingly simple. Google Maps. Seriously, just search property management plus your city's name. Property management Austin or wherever. Boom, you instantly get a list, dozens, maybe hundreds of potential clients, building inspectors, facility managers, property management companies, and here's the key insight. Look for the ones already running ads on Google Maps or have decent websites. It means they're already spending money on their business, investing in operations and marketing. They're likely looking for ways to improve.
What's the thinking behind targeting those specific local businesses? Is there a psychological element?
Yeah, I think so. They have very clear, often costly manual processes. The pain point is obvious. And because they're already investing elsewhere, they're generally more open to solutions that promise efficiency or competitive edge.
Makes sense. Clear problem, identifiable potential buyers. So you found some prospects. What's the actual pitch? How do you approach them? The guide gives a pretty straightforward script. Starts with a hook, like, hi, I noticed your company online. Then identifies the likely problem. Are you still using paper forms, dealing with messy notes? Then offers the solution. We've built a custom mobile app for inspections, digital checklists, instant photo reports. Then you show proof a live demo right there on your phone. And then you go for the close. Simple, direct.
And the pricing strategy they suggest is interesting, too. A one-time setup fee, maybe $300 to $500 per client. That covers maybe putting their logo on it, some basic customization, and initial training. Then a recurring monthly subscription, maybe $50 to $100 per user on their team. This model works really well for a few reasons. First, property managers are already used to paying monthly for software. It fits their budget model. Second, the time savings offer an immediate, tangible return on investment. If it saves each inspector even a few hours a month, it pays for itself easily. And third, those professional, instant digital reports add significant value. It makes them look better to their clients.
Does the fact that it's a no-code app ever come up in sales? Is that perceived as less valuable, or does it matter?
Honestly, clients mostly care about results. Does it solve their problem? Does it save them time or money? Does it make them look good? How it was built? Usually doesn't matter if the value is clear.
Right. Results over methods. That's the bottom line. Sponsor. Okay, so you land your first few clients. Things are working. The focus then naturally shifts to growth, right? To scaling up. You've built this core app once, but the real leverage comes from selling it multiple times.
Absolutely. That's the beauty of this model. Scaling comes from a few places. One, leverage those happy early clients. Get testimonials. Ask for referrals. Those are gold. Create powerful case studies showing the actual time saved, the improvements they saw. Use their success stories. Two, you can develop industry-specific templates. Take your core inspection app logic, tweak it slightly for, say, health inspections in restaurants or safety checks on construction sites. The core functions are often similar. Three, expand geographically using that same Google Maps strategy in new cities. And then there are more advanced things, like white label solutions. You build the app, but a larger company puts their brand on it and sells it to their customers. You're basically the engine behind their product. You could also think about integrations later on. Connecting your app to other software they use, like QuickBooks for invoicing or something, makes your app even stickier.
What do you see as the biggest hurdle when trying to scale this type of business, moving beyond those initial few clients?
I think it's maintaining quality and that high level of value as you grow. It's easy to spread yourself too thin or let support slip. Keeping each client feeling valued is key.
Yeah, scaling service can be tough. A good problem to have, though. Let's talk numbers for a second. What's realistically possible here financially? And maybe more importantly, what are the big mistakes people make? The pitfalls to avoid.
Okay, so the guide lays out some possibilities. Conservatively, maybe land 10 clients in the first year. That could be around $4,000 in setup fees, plus maybe $750 a month recurring. That adds up to about $13,000 in year one revenue. Not bad for a side hustle, right? More aggressively, imagine getting 50 clients. That could be $25,000 in setup fees, plus $5,000 a month recurring. Suddenly you're looking at $85,000 in year one. Now, these aren't guarantees, obviously, but they show the potential. The margins are incredibly high because your cost to serve each new client is minimal after the initial build. Build once, sell many times. The biggest insight isn't just the numbers, but the model. Low overhead, high scalability. But yeah, pitfalls. A huge one is building features nobody actually wants. You get excited about tech, add bells and whistles, but you didn't actually listen to what the client needed. Other big mistakes. Underpricing your solution, devaluing the time and money you save them, trying to be everything to everyone instead of focusing on a niche, not getting proper contracts signed, and crucially, neglecting ongoing support and relationships after the sale. That's how you lose clients.
How do you really guard against that first one, building features nobody wants? How do you stay focused?
It comes down to really rigorous client discovery up front, asking good questions, and truly listening to their answers, understanding their workflow and pain points before you build anything.
Simple advice, but yeah, probably often missed in the excitement. So the source material wraps everything up quite nicely with a very clear step-by-step action plan. Like literally week by week. It's a really practical guide to get you from just having the idea to landing that first paying client.
Yeah, it's super concrete. Week 1, get your hands dirty, build the core app using Rork, connect it to Supabase for the backend, and test it rigorously yourself. Make sure it works. Week 2, market research time. Use Google Maps, find maybe 50 potential leads in your chosen niche and city. Then narrow that down to your top 20 most promising prospects. Week 3, outreach. Start contacting those top prospects using the scripts provided. Focus on getting them interested in a free, quick demo. Show, don't just tell. Week 4, Goal is to close your first 2 or 3 clients, deliver the app, get it set up for them, and immediately ask for testimonials while they're happy and excited. And then beyond week 4, it's all about rinse and repeat. Scale your outreach, listen to client feedback to add valuable new features, and build a referral program.
What's a key mindset someone needs to actually follow through on this plan to make it work?
Persistence, definitely. You'll face rejection. And a relentless focus on solving the client's actual problem, not just playing with cool tech. Value creation has to be the core.
Solid advice. Persistence and value. Aotearoa music. So stepping back, what does this all really mean for us, for you listening? This deep dive, I think, it really highlights a fundamental shift that's happening. It's about looking around in the real world, finding those clumsy, inefficient, paper-based ways people are still working, and realizing you can use these incredibly accessible AI and no-code tools like Rork to build real solutions quickly, effectively.
Yeah, you build that core solution one time, and then you can sell it again and again, whether it's property managers or restaurant health inspectors or construction site safety officers. The demand for digitizing these processes is just huge, and it's not some far-off future thing. It's right here, right now, for the taking.
The tools are here. The market need is clearly there. You basically have the blueprint now to build your own niche app business without needing to become a coder first.
Yeah, the question really isn't, can this actually work? We've seen it can. The only real question left is, are you gonna actually do it?
If you found this deep dive useful, maybe share it with someone you know who's looking for a way to build something real, make an impact. You might just spark their next big idea.